Hey, good morning everyone. Today is the day after the 4th. It's the 5th of July, day 74. We are here, just back on the trail. We are crossing the footbridge that goes over the Misc River. See if I can get you a little view here. And I just got dropped off here at Phelps and County Road 2, I think it is, or MA2. The folks at the Willow Motel, I couldn't have been happier with my stay. They seriously care so much about your stay and that you had a great time, that things were clean, and they are really, 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 really nice people. So the rates are so reasonable. The breakfast was great for a free breakfast. They don't have eggs and things like that, but they have everything else. Bagels, they had peanut butter, they had every single Danish, every single different fruit, every single different juice, Pop-Tarts, anything. But it was, it was just a really pleasant stay. I'm so happy that I stayed there. So definitely recommend staying at the Willows Motel. So we are going to get in Vermont in about 4 miles. I got a message from Bullet last night. We were just wishing each other an happy 4th, and he said that Vermont has been really pleasant. The trails are really well maintained, and most of the trails are covered in pine needles, so they're really soft, so it's really nice. So should be a good 150 miles through Vermont. So anyway, I'm gonna get on the trail here. I'll check you guys back later. All right, we are in Vermont. Wow. So we only have 3 states left. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Woo! So it's been a really humid morning so far, and but it's been it was an easy climb getting up here and getting into Vermont. So it's pretty crazy though. I can't believe I'm in Vermont. Hey everyone, so it is the afternoon or evening of day 74 here, and I decided to do something I haven't done in a long time, and that is set up camp really early. I got here at 7:15. I haven't gotten a lot of miles in today compared to what I've normally done. I think I've only done 25. Part of it's just because I started late, and I hiked probably about an hour, maybe a little more, 2 hours with Riser today. I saw Riser a few miles in on the hike today, and apparently he left his AWOL guide at the hotel room, so he was a little pissed off. So he took a bunch of pictures of my guide, and he's trying to figure out a way for them to send it to the next hostel that he's going to stay at. He stayed at the Howard Johnson, and apparently we ran into a couple hikers, and one of the hikers had a mail package, a care package sent to him, but they accidentally put the Howard Johnson address instead of the motel that they were staying at, and apparently the people down at Howard Johnson charged him $25 to get his to pick up his package, which is just a load of crap. So I would not stay at the Howard Johnson. But anyway, for the first time on my trip, I got ice cream as trail magic today. It was really sweet. It was down going into the gap that is about 5 miles from Bennington, and there was a section hiker that was down there. Actually, I think he's through-hiked the AT, so he's a recent through-hiker, and he has a camper down there. He's got a couple kayaks, and he just basically moves from one area of the AT to the next and does trail magic. He's a trail angel, and he gave us a Klondike bar. So I only had to walk 1,610 miles to get a Klondike bar. So that was really cool. And I sat and talked with him for a while. But the dilemma that I had tonight is the shelter that is just down from here. It's Goddard's shelter. I'm probably 4 miles or so from the shelter, but there's limited tenting, and there has been a lot of people on the trail so far that I've seen. So since crossing over into Vermont, the long trail, which goes into Canada, I think it's like 300 miles long, runs right along the AT. So I think it coincides with the AT for like the first 100 miles. So I probably saw maybe 15 people that started the long trail today. And my fear is if I get to Goddard, there's not going to be any tent spots, and all the shelter space is going to be taken, and I'm going to have to hike on, and then I'm going to be mad, and I won't get into camp until 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it just didn't sound fun. So I decided to wait up a few miles. I have 1.5 liters of water, so I have enough for tonight. I'll just have to get some at the shelter tomorrow morning, which is fine. And I'll obviously have to hike a little bit longer these next few days. It's going to be a challenge to get to Hanover before 3 p.m. Saturday. I know I can get to Hanover by Saturday. It's not an issue. I have to average 32-mile days, and that's not going to be a problem, I think. But 3 p.m. is going to be tough. So I'm going to call the post office tomorrow and see what other options I have, if I can bounce the package forward. And if I can, then I'll get to Hanover Saturday, unless if something goes wrong or I just feel like taking an extra day and Nero into Sunday. Which if I did that, then I would just wait till the post office opens Monday morning. But I would really like to have that extra day in the white. So anyway, that's just kind of what's going on. I'll figure it out. It's what I always do out here. But here's my campsite for tonight. There's a little campfire ring. I'm not going to have a campfire, but it's really nice just having my tent up before 7:30 p.m. So I'm going to eat, and I'm going to try to get to bed by just as the sun goes down. And I want to get up really early tomorrow. So I'm going to try to do as close to 40 miles tomorrow as I can. If I can get up at 4:30, 4:45 in the morning and be on the trail by 5:30, which is about what the first light should be, then I'll have a strong at least 14 hours, even 15 hours of hiking. So which would be really nice, because then I could take some extra breaks and everything. So we'll see what happens, but I'm glad to be in tonight. And Vermont so far has not been as muddy as people say, but again, it's been really dry, so I didn't expect it to be. There hasn't been very many views. It kind of reminds me of Virginia so far, where it's kind of a green tunnel. We pretty much have climbed almost the entire day. We climbed out of Williamstown a couple thousand feet, maybe 2,500, and then we went down to the Vermont 9, which is the gap that goes to Bennington, and then we climbed back out again for another couple thousand feet. But there was a time where we were riding a ridge for a few miles, but I feel like we've been climbing most of it. It hasn't been hard climbing except coming out of Vermont 9. It was a little steep the first probably half mile, but anyway. Hey, good morning everyone from the top of the fire tower on Glastonbury Mountain. This is our first real view in Vermont. So the fire tower is actually open, so you can go up in it. It's the first one that it's been open in quite a while, I think since the Smokies. And this is just an amazing view. So I'll get a shot here. I'll try to go around the fire tower without dropping my phone. Just over that direction you can see Greylock Mountain, which we summited, highest peak in Massachusetts. Came from that direction. Look at that. That is just magical. And we are heading in that direction. So we are going to be climbing Stratton Mountain today, which was the mountain that inspired Benton McKay to create the AT. It's going to be pretty sweet. I'm looking really forward to that. Didn't sleep really great last night, but you know, I half thought that of even staying up here in the fire tower if the fire tower is open, but it was too much of a risk, and I know that's probably frowned upon, but it would have been a great spot to see the sunset and the sunrise. So, but absolutely beautiful up here. It's right on the trail, and I'm really looking forward to what's going to be coming here the next 500 something miles. So, all right, well, I don't know if I said this is day 75. I've got 25 days left, and we are only about 130 miles from New Hampshire, so getting close. All right, so we came across this beaver bog here, about 8 miles from Stratton Mountain, but it's really beautiful. This is exactly what parts of the Boundary Waters in northern Minnesota that I'm very, very familiar with. My favorite place in the world, what they look like. It's so pretty. This is where you'd see a moose. Yeah. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. We are on top of Stratton Mountain. So this is the views that inspired the creation of the AT. The windows are down, so it might be a little bit more difficult to see. Really amazing. So the climb coming up here wasn't too bad. I wanted to kind of push myself and see what I could do, but the last shelter, which was 7.4 miles away, I left at 1 o'clock and I was able to get up here at 3:18, so I was averaging about 3.2 miles an hour, so it really wasn't that bad, but I was pushing myself too. Made up a little bit of time for the day, but this is why, because I want to spend a little time up here. This is just fantastic. Wow. So I probably met another 15 people today that are doing the long trail. I think there's more people in this section of Vermont doing the long trail than there are doing the AT. So there's a lot of people on the trail right now. Shelters are full. The shelter was full last night from what the guy said that was up there. So, but anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this. This is awesome, and I'll check you guys later. Hey, good morning, everyone. Today is day 76, and I made it all the way to Manchester Center last night. It is where the AT crosses Vermont 11 and 30, mile marker 1650.7. My plan yesterday was, I got this idea that there was a pizza place in town, and if they would deliver to the parking lot here where the AT crosses this main road, that I would push for an extra couple miles. There was a shelter about 2.5 miles from here. It was a little cabin. I was going to stay there, but I called the place up, and the manager said that they're having problems with biting flies lately. They have awoken. Anyway, the manager said that they would do that, but I would have to have a minimum of a $25 charge, which is fine because I was going to probably get a nice large pizza and then pack out some pizza for today, for lunch and possibly dinner. So I made it all the way here, and I called the place, and they all of a sudden they had no clue where this place was. No one in the entire establishment knew where the AT was. It's only 5 miles from town. So I explained it to them, and I literally talked to like 4 different people, from the manager to the driver to the owner's wife to the owner. And after like 15 minutes, the owner hung up on me saying that he's not going to send his driver out here because he doesn't know where I am. Even though I was telling him I'm at the Green Mountain parking lot. It's 5.6 miles east of your business on Vermont 11 and 30. I'm standing out on the road. I'll pay for it in advance. So I was really pissed about that. So I ended up pitching my tent here. There's a snowmobile trail that comes down. The AT diverts just off to the right here. And I just packed my tent here on some grassy weeds because I was just pissed off from last night. I wasn't going to go any further. So, which actually it turned out to be a good thing because I kind of looked at what my plans are for the next few days. So I wanted to get to Hanover by Saturday, but I am still 97 miles from Hanover. And I will have to push it so hard to get there before 3 p.m. and I just don't want to do that. It just doesn't sound like much fun, and I don't have to. I can still sacrifice getting to Hanover on Sunday, and then waiting for the post office open Monday morning at 8 o'clock, get my shoes, and then get out of town right after that. So what I'm going to do, there is an outfitter here in Manchester Center that actually fixes poles. I need to get tips for my poles. And the outfitters that are coming up on the AT, I know in Hanover, it doesn't say anything about fixing trekking poles or having anything like that. So this might be my opportunity, my last opportunity for at least the next 150 miles before the whites, or 200 miles before the whites. No, it's 150 to get my trekking poles fixed. So I actually have points again on my poles, and then because I'm staying an extra night. I was really tight on food because I expected that I would probably eat at least one dinner somewhere, and this was the kind of dinner that I was going to do. So I need to get maybe a little more food. And when I packed on some water last night, I somehow must have had my toilet paper bag open. So when I put the Sawyer bag in my pouch, the toilet paper got wet. So my toilet paper is all wet now. So I need toilet paper too. And I figured I would just do laundry. So I slept in. It is 7:30. I slept actually really good last night, better than I have in the last few nights. So I'm going to go into Manchester Center. I'm going to get dropped off at McDonald's. I'm going to eat a ton of McDonald's. Then I'm going to go do laundry. The outfitter doesn't open until 10 o'clock. So I'll do laundry and then go up to the outfitter or to the grocery store, depending on what time it is. And I don't expect to probably be back on the trail till noon. I'm only going to do 20 miles today. There is a shelter. It costs $5. Most of the shelters here in Vermont, in the first 100 miles, where the LT runs along the AT, they charge $5 because there's so much traffic. It's so popular. There's a lot of hikers that are doing the long trail right now. So during the summer and fall months, they charge $5 because they have a caretaker at the shelter. It just helps pay for the caretaker. So, but I want to get to mile marker 1670. It's a shelter that's on a pond. It'll be nice. It's $5. So I want to do that. And then the next day, I want to try to get to the state park. I forgot the name of it. It's by Kellington, Vermont, or in Kellington, Vermont. And they have showers and stuff like that. So today will be a short day because I'll get started later, and then tomorrow, unless if I make it further today, tomorrow will be kind of what I've been normally doing. It'll be like a 33-mile day. Depending on how things go today, if I get to the shelter really early today and I want to pack on 5 more miles, I might do that so I have 5 less to get to the state park tomorrow. But I don't really care because I literally have to only average like 25 miles, not even 25 miles a day to get to Hanover by Sunday. And, for me, for how strong I am right now, that's like nothing. I can get 25 miles, and it's usually the last 10 miles that are the most difficult, getting from 25 up to 35. So I can, you know, it's going to be a little more leisure for me. I can take a little more time, which will be nice. So this is definitely the right decision. And getting to Hanover Sunday, leaving Monday morning. My plan is to get to the shelter that's right before Mount Musalak, which is mile marker 1791, on Tuesday night. That is officially the start of the White Mountains. So then I'll get in the White Mountains on Wednesday. So that is my plan. I'm ahead of schedule. I mean, I'm ahead of my mileage, and I totally think that with everything that I still will be able to finish sometime in July. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get into Manchester Center here, and then we'll be back on the trail about noon. All right. Hey guys, so I'm here at the Mountain Goat here in Manchester Center. Replaced my tips, and first place that I could find that's places I've actually stopped in the last 300 miles to replace my tips. So I bought an extra pair in case if I wear out this pair in the whites, which I'm sure I will. So I have enough to get through. But love this town, Manchester Center. It's got lots of shops, hiker friendly. I got picked up. I think it was like the 6th car that drove by. I was thumbing it for maybe a minute. It was awesome. There's a lot of hikers here that come through from the long trail. They're used to hikers. But there's all kinds of shops, and yeah, it's really nice. I think this would be a great place to take Little Zero. There's a little river here that runs through the town, and a waterfall right behind this Mountain Goat here. At least that's what it looked like, but it looked pretty. But anyway, it is probably about 10:30, 10:45. I've been in town for a little while. I got my laundry done. I ate breakfast, and I was waiting around for the outfitters to open up. EMS didn't carry Black Diamond stuff. Well, they did, but they were out of the tips. But Mountain Goat has a lot more selection, it looked like. So, if you want something fun to do, find Waldo and Mountain Goat. Where is he? So, I'm going to go up to Rite Aid. I forgot to get a roll of toilet paper that I need at the grocery store. And then I'm going to probably get some ice cream and get the heck out of here. So, probably get back on the trail right around noonish. All right, guys. See you then. Hey, good morning, everyone. Today is the morning of day 77. I ended up staying at Big Branch Shelter. It was a very low mile day for me. I think it was 16.9 or something, maybe 17. So I didn't leave town with a hitch and get back on the trail till noon, which is what I was kind of planning. And I wanted to stay at a shelter that was about 20 miles in, since I'm breaking it up and looking to get to Hanover Sunday. Well, we got about half a mile from the shelter before that, Big Branch, and it started pouring. So we got to the shelter. It was already soaked, and I was going to wait out the rain, and it didn't stop. So I decided to stay at the shelter last night. Slept in a shelter for my 2nd time ever, and I actually slept really, really good. And it was kind of nice not having to pack up a wet tent this morning. So, since I kind of slacked in the miles yesterday, I'm going to put in bigger miles today, and would like to only have about 45 miles or so to Hanover after today. Weather's supposed to be really crummy this weekend, so I'll probably be in the rain all this weekend. So we'll see how everything plays out. The big climb today is getting over Mount Killington. It doesn't look like it's too bad of a climb, but it is. The peak's almost at 4,000 feet. There is a restaurant at the top, but I'll probably decide to move on from there. Looks like my lens is getting a little wet, so I will check you guys a little later, and we'll see where we end up. Bigfoot. Hey guys, so we are just about to ascend another bare mountain, but the mountain before this has this cool little rock garden. It's pretty neat. so far. It's been a little slick. The roots are really slippery. I actually I slipped once and fell on my tush. Didn't get hurt or anything, but just had to be careful. So sun is starting to burn off a little bit of the fog, but it definitely makes for a really cool, eerie walk through the woods. It's not as foggy here as it was about a quarter of a mile ago, but really cool. Making up some good time. I think we got about 7.5, 8 miles in, and it's 9:30, so it's not bad. All right. Hey everyone. So we are we just passed the 1789 or 90 mark, which for most of you that might not seem like anything, but that means that we're less than 500 miles to Katahdin, and I don't know, it's been hard. Whew. The end is almost here though. So we're 23 miles in the day, and I haven't stopped all day except for water. Met a couple guys a couple days ago, and one of the guys' names was Goose, and I was hiking with him the last couple days, and then they went off to Rutland, but so I'm alone right now, which I do enjoy the solitude of hiking alone. I think about a lot, but I'm going to stop at a shelter up here. It's about 4.5 miles from the peak of Killington Mountain, and take about a half an hour break. My goal is I want to try to get somewhere past the 1,700 mile mark. There's a state park at mile marker 1703, and they have showers and stuff for a small fee, so that might be an option. Then that only leaves me 44 miles to Hanover, and 2 days time to do that, so it's going to be nice. But the weather's going to be not the best, so at least I'll have some options. If I make it to the state park, that'd be 36.3 miles. I think that'll be my second biggest day, and the nice part about that is it might be the last time that I'll have to do 30 miles, which is going to be pretty exciting. I'm excited to slow down and a little bit, and it's been tough lately. Whew. All right, well, I'm sure I'll see everyone at the Killington Peak. Until then, Bigfoot out.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday. It is, I'm not sure what day in July it is, but it is day 78. So I ended up making it over Killington Mountain. There wasn't really any views. I think if I would have done the 0.2 side trail up to the ski lodge, I would have seen some views, but when I was hiking up Killington, there looked to be a group of clouds that were forming around the mountain at the top, so I don't know that I would have had views anyway if I did do the 0.2 miles. There is a restaurant or a snack bar on top, but I made the decision that if I was able to make it over Killington in good time, that I was going to stay somewhere in Killington, and I know that there was supposed to get some storms and rain, and I just kind of felt like sleeping inside, indoors tonight in a nice warm bed. So I ended up staying at the Killington Motel. Total mileage for the day yesterday was, I think, 33.6. I believe it is the soonest that I've done that kind of mileage. I was done, I think, around 7:30, 7:20. So if I wanted to, I got off on, I think it was Vermont 4, US 4, and I could have also gone up to Vermont 100, which is 4 miles, or actually 3.3 miles down the road. But I really didn't want to. I would have had enough daylight, but it definitely felt great to get some big miles in and take advantage of the weather. It was cool. It was humid, but it was cool out all day. The sun really never came out. It was pretty good hiking weather. The only problem was from the rain the day before and with the sun not coming out, everything was wet pretty much all day. And since we've been in Vermont, and especially I'd say the last 40 or 50 miles, you can really notice the amount of roots that there are on the trail. And the roots actually, when they're wet, are more dangerous than the rocks because there's so many more of them. You have no traction on them whatsoever. Like, you know, if you're on some of the rocks gingerly, you can plant your feet and get around them, but roots you can't. So that's kind of been the challenge lately in Vermont. I was not really used to that many roots being on the trail, and I know that's going to be kind of very similar up in Maine. But I've been loving Vermont so far. I've done some of my biggest miles in Vermont. I think I did a 33.6 yesterday. A couple days ago I did over a 34. But the weather is supposed to be crummy today and tomorrow. It's supposed to rain. It's supposed to be scattered thunderstorms the rest of the day today. It's going to start at 11 o'clock. I have kind of waited out to see what the weather's going to look like. So my plan is it's just after 9 here. It's probably about 9:30. I'm going to take another shower and I will get on the trail sometime probably around 11:30, probably 11:30. I think the guy that owns the place will arrange a ride for me. If not, there's lots of cars traveling on US 4. I'll be able to get a ride up really easy. The breakfast here was really good, by the way. The guy made blueberry pancakes and has all kinds of fresh fruit out and everything. So that was really nice. But let's see. So I'm probably going to try to get just kind of do whatever I can do by 7:30 p.m. unless if the weather gets really bad today. It's supposed to rain basically for sure. There's scattered thunderstorms all the way till about 7, and then it's supposed to rain all night, all day tomorrow. So if the weather is nice and it kind of cooperates and I don't see rain, then I'll probably hike until 7 and try to get everything set up before the rain starts. I would like to get, if I can, maybe 23 miles in or so. I'm 46 miles from Hanover, so it'll be another 23-mile day tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do in Hanover. The one hotel there is really pricey, I heard, but there's lots of trail angels that will allow you to stay at their place, so I might take someone up on their offer. And I just don't want to be in the rain all day tomorrow. So I'll probably wake up early and just get through the miles to get to Hanover. I will need to get back into Hanover by 8 a.m. at the post office. That's when they open on Monday morning. The weather, however, looks really nice after Monday, which is really good because I'm going to get into the Whites. I'll be at the doorstep of the Whites by Tuesday night. I will be, Monday, Tuesday night. So I'll be staying at one of the hostels. It's, I think it's the Happy Hiker Hostel or something like that. And Bullet said that they were super friendly He did a slack packing option. I don't know if I'll do that or not, but he was really happy with that, so he said not to pass that one up. So I'll do that right before we climb our first mountain in the Whites. And the weather looks good for the next 5 days after. I'm hoping that it'll take me, that I'll be able to get finish New Hampshire and the Whites in 5 days' time, which would mean I have to do 20s. And I think I could totally do 20s. You know, I believe that, you know, from what people have told me and what Bull actually said too, Bullet's doing like 26s, 27s, but mentioned that, you know, if I'm willing to put 12 hours in, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to get 20 miles in with the way I hike. And I've been hiking 12 or 13 miles or hours every day for so long, so that won't be a problem. So I was figuring that I'll probably get into Maine in just over a week. So I'd say probably next Sunday, or Monday would be when I actually cross into Maine. So, well, which would leave me 2 weeks to get through the entire state of Maine. The first about 100 miles, 104 miles is the tough part, southern Maine. And after that, it's much more manageable. I anticipate doing at least mid 20s through the last buck 60 of Maine up until Katahdin. So, but anyway, feeling pretty good. It's great that I'm less than 500 miles to Katahdin, and the end is starting to get near. So it's crazy, and I'll be in New Hampshire in a couple days. So things are good. All right, well, I'll get back on the trail. It's really cloudy, foggy out, so I don't even know how many views or what I'm going to be able to see today, if anything at all. So we'll see. But, you know, I'm totally cool with getting the bad weather now and having great weather for the Whites. I would not want to have this weather in the Whites right now. All right, guys. I will see you on the trail.
All right, so we're at Thunder Falls, just after Killington, Vermont. Pretty cool falls, bigger than we've seen in a little while. Probably about 50 foot up. You can walk to the top if you want. So it's really weird because it's a Saturday and there is nobody out here. Obviously because of the weather. It's gloomy, it's been raining off and on, but it's just weird being in an area that I know is very touristy on a Saturday and not seeing any hikers. Since I hit the main junction, or just after the main junction, which is where the long trail separates from the AT, I've only seen one southbounder and a couple of day hikers. So I decided that my plan today, I've heard a lot of good things about this cabin. It's called the Lookout. It's this privately owned cabin. It's 0.1 off the trail. It would only be about a 17-mile day for me today, which makes for a longer day tomorrow. But from the good things I've heard about it, it's got a really awesome view. There's a ladder that goes up to the top of the cabin, and if I have views at all, it'll be a great night. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. But we got a little boardwalk coming. All right, guys, check it out. So we're actually on this cool little boardwalk here, just after Thunder Falls, and you can see the cloud cover just coming in. So I haven't been able to see much today on the trail itself, but hopefully this stuff goes away so I have some awesome lookouts at the cabin later. Hey, good evening everyone. It is just about 6:30, day 78, and we are approaching the Lookout cabin, and the weather today has been crummy. It hasn't rained for more than periods of maybe 30 minutes, but everything has been wet. Everything has been wet for basically like the last 5 or 6 days. It's been really cool, really cool. As a matter of fact, my Powerade that I bought in town this morning, it is literally still cold, almost as cold as it was when I bought it this morning out of the refrigerator. So when I got water about a couple miles ago, I was idle for like 10 minutes, and I was starting to get really, really cold. It's got to be below 60. It's probably in the mid 50s, and these are definitely conditions that, if there was some more wind, you could definitely get hypothermia. Kind of crazy. It's like middle of July, so it hasn't been my favorite day to hike. As a matter of fact, probably about 10, 13 or so miles ago, I was really struggling. My pace or anything like that didn't go down, but I just did not feel like hiking today. I think it's just because of the weather. It's been a while since we've had consecutive days on days where we've had crummy weather, so I think it has something definitely to do with it. I'm only doing about 17.5 miles today. To me, it's just not worth it to put in an extra 5 or 6 and have to pack a wet tent and be wet tomorrow, because it's going to rain all night. And I've heard nothing but great things about this cabin from all the southbounders. So I got to do 29 miles tomorrow, which is longer than I want. However, if I do feel like bailing early, it won't be a big deal. I know that I've heard that there's a couple of folks, one in particular, that is a trail angel and lets you stay at their place. But I don't know how many miles from Hanover that is. And then Bullet gave me the list of all the trail angels in Hanover that you can stay at for free. So you just have to get there before 8 p.m. And that wouldn't be a problem if I was doing 29 miles, as long as I got up early. But so we'll see how it goes. If it's just really crummy and out tomorrow, there is a town 10 miles from Hanover. I could always just stop there, stay there, and then just get up really early and be at the post office at 9 in the morning or something. That really wouldn't hose me over at all. So I'll kind of just play it by the weather. It's kind of nice that I kind of have that option right now, since I've been waiting for the post office to pick up my package. So, but we should be at the cabin in about 4 minutes. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting dry, changing my clothes, and staying underneath the roof for the 3rd consecutive night. All right, guys. I'll see you at the cabin. Hey, good morning, everyone. Today, day 79. It's the day we're gonna get into New Hampshire. So, stayed at the lookout last night. Unfortunately, the best part of the lookout was unavailable, which was the views, because it was so crummy out with weather. 20 minutes after I arrived there, it started downpouring, so I really got there at the right time. Really comfortable. It could probably sleep at least 15, maybe more. There was probably about 12 people there. Actually, I could definitely sleep more than 15. There's 12 people there last night. It was just nice. I slept really great because I was dry. There's a fireplace in there, and enough space for people to hang some lines to hang up all their dry or wet clothes. So definitely worth it. I would highly recommend it. Even if the mileage doesn't work out, it's a nice place, especially if the weather turns bad. Waited around till about 20 minutes to 8 this morning, trying to wait out some of the heavier rain, and I just got antsy and I left. So it's been raining out all morning, but it's now it's only light rain, so it's manageable. I took off my rain gear, but moving pretty good. Met a guy last night, Alexander Supertramp. He is moving almost at the same pace as me, or has been. He started April 14th, and he is plan on being done in August 7th. So he's going to slow down a little bit, but he's a little bit ahead of me right now. But we're both pushing to Hanover today, so I'll probably see him in Hanover. So, but the weather forecast looks great after today. I cannot wait for today to be over. This is probably the 5th or 6th day that we've had precipitation, and to be honest, I've gotten used to it just being so nice out. It's been a really modest year for weather. I mean, it's been great. We have hardly had any rain since May, so lucky, and it's made things on the trail much more easier. So when we've had days like this, it just makes it really crummy, which I know I'm just complaining, and I shouldn't be because of all the nice weather we've had. All right, well, 8 miles, just a little bit over 8 miles in today. We have 28.8 to get to Hanover, so I want to get there by 6. We'll see if we can do it. Bigfoot out. Hey guys, right now we are entering the town of Norwich. It is the last city in Vermont that we cross through. We are under 1.5 miles to the border. As you can see, it stopped raining. It's amazing. And there was a small period of time that the sun actually poked through the clouds. First time I've seen the sun in probably like 4 days. So, really excited. I'm almost in New Hampshire. Busted my butt today. It is 20 after 5. I've been hiking just under 10 hours. Gone about 28 miles. And I will definitely get into New Hampshire before 6, which was my stretch goal today. I haven't really taken any breaks except for one water break, and I took off my rain jacket and put it back on like 3 times. I just wanted to get into town, so I'm gonna grab something to eat, celebrate, grab something to eat, figure out where I'm gonna stay. But today hasn't been too bad. There was a few climbs, a couple of steep ones. I think we had a couple 1,000-foot climbs, but oh man, it feels good to be able to get in New Hampshire. Yes, man, the dream is becoming more and more real. So, all right, well, you know what? I will see you at the border. Hey everyone, so it's the evening of day 79. We just crossed into New Hampshire. It was just before 6 p.m. I think it was about 5:45 to be exact. And I did not see a state line, but here's a few pictures that I took when I got up to Hanover. So I ended up eating at Murphy's. I got the gnocchi, and it was barely enough to even feed a third of my appetite. So I was really disappointed that it wasn't a bigger helping. So I went down to the pizza place. I forgot the name of the pizza place. I know I have it somewhere in the brochure, but they give you a free slice of pizza, a cheese slice, but it's a big slice to thru-hikers. So that was nice. I ended up getting a couple pieces of pizza and something to drink along with what I had at Murphy's. So we are officially in New Hampshire. I have just 2 states left. I'm going to be in the whites in 2 days. Thankfully, the weather is going to start clearing up. It's been just terrible the last 4 or 5 days, and I know I've been really lucky with weather lately. And when we've been getting this bad spell of weather, it's just been it's kind of just been different because
and I could probably speak on behalf of a lot of thru-hikers, are not used to getting rain for 4 or 5 straight days. We haven't had that since May. We had a really long spurt in May, but it's been a while since we've had consecutive days of rain. So tomorrow it's supposed to clear up. It's going to be nice going all the way into the whites. I know the third and fourth day that I'll be in the whites, which is Thursday and Friday, it's supposed to thunderstorm in the afternoon. So my plan is to stay at the hostel, the Happy Hiker Welcome Hostel or something like that. I heard really good things about it. Bullet was there and had a lot of great things to say about it. So I'll stay there. It's mile marker 1791. It's 44 miles from Hanover. My plan is to stay there on Tuesday evening and then get into the whites on Wednesday early morning. So I would love, so today is Sunday, and I'm not quite sure the date, so I'm looking at my watch. Sunday, July 10th. We have to be done, and day 100 will be 3 weeks from today, so I hope that I'm sitting here talking about how great it was completing my entire journey 3 weeks from today. So my plan is to spend about a week, actually 8 days in New Hampshire. I would like to be out of New Hampshire in 8 days. New Hampshire is exactly 160 miles long. And then the last 2 weeks spent in Maine. So the difficult part coming up is basically between mile markers 1,800 to 2,000, just rounding it there. So that 200 mile stretch, it's actually more like a 220 mile stretch, is the difficult part of the trail, and where the most impact that I'll have with miles and pace will happen. If I can get through that area, averaging 20 or just below 20 miles a day, I know that the last 8 or 9 days in Maine, I'll be able to get back to doing what similar mileage I have been doing, high 20s. So really looking forward to these last 3 weeks, especially getting to the whites. Yeah, it's surreal. I'm so excited that I'm in New Hampshire. So completely done with 12 states. That's totally insane. We're at our 13th state right now, and we're on the doorstep of the whites. So it's pretty cool. What I ended up doing is I ended up staying at the Sunset Motel. It's a cheap motel that's south of Hanover. I got a hitch. After today and the pouring rain and everything, I just didn't really feel like staying with a bunch of hikers at someone's house. I just wanted some private time and relaxing time, and I didn't want to share a bathroom and all those kinds of things in a bedroom or whatever. So anyway, it's all right little place. There's nothing around it, so I can't go to a gas station to get anything to drink or anything like that. There's just a vending machine here. So, but these next 3 weeks are this is it. This is the home stretch. We're here. Tomorrow's day 80, and it's going to be tough. But this is the part I've been looking the most forward to. So I'm looking forward to the challenge, and I'm looking forward to probably the most beautiful scenery that we're going to see on the trail. So, all right, I feel good. My body's holding up great. No injuries, no pains. The only things that really bother me that I've just have become accustomed to me is basically my upper back, really my 2 shoulder blades. So after hours and hours of my pack on my back, and especially when I'm ascending a lot, I have some pains in both shoulders. So, but that's very minimal compared to what a lot of people have. So I'm, it's nothing that's really concerning at all. When I don't have a pack on, I have no pain. So it's more of, it almost feels like I threw up my shoulders. And I said that, earlier, weeks and weeks and weeks ago. So usually when I just stretch my arms a little bit, then it goes away for a little while. So, but just deal with it. So, but other than that, I'm ready. My body is definitely ready for this part of the trail, and we will. I don't know how often I'm going to be able to update my videos here the last 3 weeks, depending on, I don't really know what the Wi-Fi looks like off the trail. I'm not planning on taking 1-0 the rest of the way. Maybe a year or two into town to resupply. We'll see. Kind of just depends how things go. So, but the end is near, and I just want to say thank you to everyone for all your support along the first. I think it's 11 weeks, just over 11 weeks here. So couldn't do it without all the people back home that really supported me and send me all the positive vibes. It really, really, really helps. So thanks, everyone. This is Bigfoot. We're signing off. Day 79. We're through Vermont. We're in New Hampshire, and we're about to start the whites. All right, guys. Take care.